Could you retire today? Most people assume the answer is years away, but it could be a lot closer than you think. You might already have everything you need to walk away from work right now, but just don't know it yet. So in this video, I'm going to give you 7 quick tests to find out if you're ready to retire right now. And test number 5 catches almost everyone off guard. So grab a pen, take the test with me, and by the end you'll know whether you can start living your retirement today. For those of you who do not know me, my name's Jeremy Finger. I'm a certified financial planner, and I've been helping people retire successfully for almost 30 years. Let's get into it. Test number 1, your guaranteed income covers your essential expenses. If this number checks out, you can weather almost any financial storm. Do you have guaranteed income sources like pensions, Social Security, or annuities that cover your essentials, like housing, food, insurance, or other non-negotiables? If so, that is the foundation of retirement security. When your basics are covered for life, market crashes, inflation, or economic downturns won't shake your ability to live comfortably. But without this, you're forced to rely on investments that obviously can fluctuate from time to time. According to the Social Security Administration, about 40% of retirees rely solely on Social Security. And for many, Social Security is just barely enough to live. If you have a pension or an annuity that fills in those gaps, you're in a much stronger position. One of my clients, let's call him Paul, had a modest pension and a Social Security, and together they matched his monthly expenses. When the market dropped 20%, he didn't have to touch his investments at all, and that gave him a true peace of mind. To check this, write down your monthly essentials, the total cost, and see if your guaranteed income meets or beats that figure. If it does, you pass. But even if you don't have your essentials entirely covered, there's one thing you can do that can quietly drain your retirement faster than a bear market. And that's test number 2, high interest debt. Fail this test and you can lose more interest than you spend on groceries. Are you completely free from high interest debt, credit cards, personal loans, or payday loans? High interest debt in retirement is like a leak in your roof. Every month, if it's left unfixed, more damage is done. So if you're paying 18% interest on a credit card, it's like running in place financially. Every dollar going to interest is a dollar you're not spending or able to spend for travel, hobbies, or spoiling your grandkids. I worked with a couple who thought they could retire, but they ended up having $20,000 of credit card debt at 18% interest. The interest alone was costing them $300 a month. Enough for a pretty nice dinner out every week. They delayed their retirement 1 year, cleared up that debt, and now that $300 stays in their pocket. Clearing up the right kind of debt can be huge, but there's another invisible threat that can wipe out your savings with just one unexpected bill. And that's test number 3, healthcare coverage secured. Miss this one and a single bill can erase years of careful saving. Do you have affordable healthcare insurance lined up every year before Medicare or even a supplement after Medicare? Healthcare is a wild card for many people, and according to Fidelity, the average retired couple will need to have over $300,000 saved just for healthcare in retirement, and that doesn't include long-term care expenses. Without coverage, one major medical event could force you to dip into retirement savings far earlier than you planned. Research your premiums and deductibles now. If you retire before age 65, check the ACA and Marketplace plans or COBRA coverage from your employer. After age 65, compare Medicare supplement plans and pick the one that fits your budget without skimping on protection. By the way, if you're starting to realize you might be closer to retirement than you thought, but you're not exactly sure how to bridge the gap between where you are now and full retirement freedom, I've put together a short video in the description. It's called the Riverbend Bridge Method. It's a strategy that helps pre-retirees cross that final stretch with confidence and knowing they won't run out of money. You can watch it now. You can click the link in the description. But let's get back to the test. Test number 4, emergency fund. This isn't optional. It's like a retirement airbag. And you need to have 6 to 12 months of essential expenses in cash or a savings account. This fund is to buffer against any surprises, whether that's a roof replacement, a car breaking down, or the unexpected family need that always seems to pop up. In retirement, pulling from your investments in a market downturn can set you back years. Add up your monthly expenses, multiply that by 6, and make sure that that amount is in cash, high yield savings account, or short-term CDs. But keep in mind, even 3 to 4 months is better than having nothing. Having the right amount of cash set aside is crucial for a safe retirement. But here's where most people fail, even if their savings look perfect on paper. And that is test number 5, having a realistic retirement budget. Most people who fail in retirement don't run out of money, they run out of a plan. And what I mean by that is they need to map out exactly what you'll spend each month in retirement, both on the essentials expenses and those extra lifestyle expenses that make life meaningful. Retirement often changes, and your spending will also change. And that's not always in the ways that you might expect. Many new retirees spend way more in the first year of retirement. They spend it on travel, home upgrades, or hobbies. But without a plan, it's easy to overspend early in retirement and regret it later. I had one client, let's call her Linda, thought that she'd spend a lot less in retirement. But just after 1 year, she was spending 20% more than she did when she was working. Now, fortunately, that was mostly on travel and activities with the grandkids. I mean, that's what retirement is for. So what we did is we adjusted her plan so she can keep enjoying her life without the fear of running out of money. Even with a solid budget, your retirement can still be fragile if all of your income eggs are in one financial basket. Which brings us to test number 6, multiple income streams. Do you have more than one income source in retirement? Relying on a single income source can be risky. If that source changes, let's say Social Security benefits are reduced, or if you have rental properties and you need a new HVAC or you have a vacancy, that rental income can drop. You may be forced to cut back drastically on your retirement spending. What we tend to do is recommend stress testing your plan against each of these potential outcomes. Also, you can diversify your retirement income sources. Combine Social Security with pensions, potentially annuity income, or part-time work. But still, even if the numbers check out, there's one test that can make or break your retirement. And that's test number 7, emotional readiness. Even if your finances are perfect, this could still make or break your retirement. Are you mentally and emotionally ready to walk away from the structure of your work? Because the truth is, going from 40 hours a week for 40 years to 0 is like slamming on the brakes going 60 miles an hour. It can be a shock to the system and a big adjustment for most people. That's why I often recommend easing into retirement. Maybe it's part-time work, consulting, or volunteering, or even instead of working 5 days a week, work 4 days a week. Instead of 4 days a week, work 3 days a week. After the first wave of travel in retirement, and once you've knocked out your honey-do list, life can start to feel stale unless you have intentionally planned how you're going to spend your time. Now, this phase isn't just about the money, it's about purpose, routine, and fulfillment. Many retirees feel lost or restless without a plan for those endless Saturdays ahead. So here's the test. Imagine what a truly fulfilling week in retirement would look like. I'm not talking about just next week. I'm talking about a week in year 7, a week in year 15. If you can map how you would spend your time, not just to staying busy, but being purposeful, then chances are you're emotionally ready. But if the picture's still a little vague, it's completely normal. It's a sign to start exploring new hobbies, new routines, volunteer work, travel, even part-time passion projects. So you're not slamming on the brakes, but you're easing into retirement, a retirement that you've actually designed. If you answered yes to most of these, you might be far more ready to retire than you realize. But here's the truth. Knowing you're ready to retire is only the first step. The real question is, how do you safely make the leap without running out of money? And that's exactly what I cover in a free video called the Riverbend Bridge Method. It's a simple framework that shows you how to bridge the gap between where you are right now and full financial freedom. It's a short free video and it can give you the clarity you need to retire years earlier than you might have thought possible. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.